my matches I had in the team event. So recently this weekend I competed a team event under Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu. There was a $3,000 cash prize, team of 5, and yeah, this is just the finals. And in the finals, I managed to do a clean run. I was the first one in, and I managed to submit all my opponents. So we're just gonna watch all the matches and try to recap them. We're not gonna go too in depth. We're gonna save that for another time. We're gonna talk about like the trends and kind of the movements I was trying to hit and was thinking about during this time. So, first match, shake hands with my opponent. A lot of these guys are good wrestlers and they have good front headlocks. But apart from that, they're not too dangerous. So from here, I'm just hand fighting. He tries to snap me down. I pull guard. I feel he runs away, so I follow him up with a 2-on-1. Something that I've been trying to do is be a lot more aggressive with my guard play. So if my opponent's pulling away and I have good grip, trying to stay connected, coming up and changing height and levels. He's grabbing my ankles. I hit the slice inversion, so something I like doing. Instead of high legging normally, like you see people doing, lassoing, I always play with the leg on the inside of the armpit. So as he comes through, my leg's on the inside, and I can easily hit an inversion and then attack K-guard on the other side and look to go from here. I lock in a 50-50. He takes this strange posture where he's kind of doing like a squatting stance and not much is happening. Then I opt to like bump him overhead and then, yeah, invert through for that heel hook. You can see how I took a V grip behind that knee, so it's almost like a quasi knee on belly escape. So see how I V grip that leg. I think this really helped me in getting his weight forward and allowed me to establish and get that heel hook. That was match number 1. And then match number 2 from here. I think this guy's one of the better guys. He's a leg locker and he's a guard player. I think the strategy was try to have me have a shootout with him. And yeah, he pulls guard, we shake hands. From here, I just think about getting on the outside of the legs and just start exhausting him and going towards loose passing. So something I like doing is go one side, fake the other, and start going into the hip and knee post. Like getting quite deep on this hip and knee post. I'm pulling outside to maintain good position. I'm pulling myself in and I have good head position. Because, so what I do really well in these matches is chain my passing with my leg locks. The more they defend the pass, the more they bring the knee in to stop the side control. You can see how it's very easy for me to just sit back on a leg. In this case, I sit back, I miss a heel, but I bring the leg through. Yeah, and I roll from here. I grab the toes, I feed towards inside ashy, and once I have it locked up, it's pretty tough to escape. I have the heel now, and he immediately taps. So second match, pretty good. So far, like, I think a minute of mat time. And then third match, we go from here. Keep in mind, each round I have a minute rest. And you're still, like, kind of, you're not too fatigued, but you're still kind of tired because there's definitely a mental play of being mentally exhausted, of, like, the adrenaline dumps of going. It's not just like a minute of rolling, like you're still mentally exhausted, but you have to stay focused and focus on that. So just ignore that little banner that came up and just bite from here. So let's just start hand fighting, get a grip and pull guard. Like I said, I've been working on being a lot more proactive with my guard play. Now I scoop the leg and he drops to a knee. I feel like the Kanabasami entry or the off balance and inversion isn't really there, so I let go and I go for like this modified fall sweep. Something I was seeing Pavel Jaworski do is take his bottom leg through, and I think the reason for this, it just makes it harder for him to smash pass. So because I have this bottom hand through, I have a cross lat frame and I can push him away, and he can't really smash into me. From here, I opt to grab the heel. So I think this is what makes this move work. And I've done this in training, but I never really like thought about this. So normally he'd be able to sink all his weight backwards, but because I'm grabbing that heel and pulling it through, I can use like a pulling motion of my leg to externally rotate his knee and sit him down towards the hip, and it makes that entry very easily. So it's definitely something I'm gonna play around with some more. We go from here, we spin through, I collect the leg. I try to go for the heel hook, but I feel like he's got like small feet and I can't really get a good bite. So I collect the second leg. If you can't heel hook them and you feel like they have small feet, just go for the Z-lock from this position. The Z-lock's probably stronger because they have absolutely no defense. And if he doesn't tap the Z-lock, his knee's going to catastrophically break. So you can see here, he taps. And then, yeah, life is pretty good. Now, the guy next is probably the best guy on the team. You can see in a second. Um, we'll just give us, yeah, he's a lot bigger than me, and he actually made it to the finals of the absolute division on the same day. So I think he was pretty tired from his matches, but um, yeah, you can tell there's a big size difference, but I still do really well despite that. So we shake hands, we go from there. I know he likes front headlock, so I'm just being careful with my head. He tries rushing me and getting me in a quick sub. I pretty much just pull him in my close guard just to control him. Something I like doing is the first minute, just like try not to blow my load too early, just try to see what happens, and then I'm always like expecting a hard match if it comes to it. So I'm not going to sell out on a submission early. Um, yeah, you can see I'm just having a close guard, just trying to control him, and then I have several options from here. Yeah. From here, I take a scoop grip, and then he tries to sit back on the ankle lock. So what I do really nicely is when he tries sitting back on the ankle lock and attacking me, I invert my head and I come up with a scoop grip so I can easily sweep him and I can maintain top position and look to pass from here. So I thought that was quite nice, and I do that several times throughout this day pretty much. You can see me trying to exhaust him from headquarters. So I'm setting up camping. I'm just thinking about opening up my shoulders and leaning weight onto his frames and hand fighting. My goal from here is just be relaxed, conserve my energy, and look to create an opportunity where I can flank towards the outside. So if we watch back that, if we go back a couple seconds, cool. So I'm fighting here. I'm getting him thinking about pulling his knees through his chest. It makes it very easy for me to throw his leg by and just switch towards loose passing. He opts to invert rather than high leg, so I look to bring his hips over his head and stack him. He decides to go to turtle instead of staying in towards that stack, so it gives me a good opportunity to start chasing the back and going behind. You can see I get my knee inside, and he actually rolls, and I put the other hook in, which was quite nice. So let's watch that back. So he rolls away, like, I guess he tries doing like a shoulder roll, flopping towards his side, but you can see how he just leaves that space open for the hook to come through. So I just whip that hook in. I can't quite get a long hook. Ideally, I would like to throw it towards a body triangle, but I managed to get one hook in and then kind of do like a backwards roll and end up in high ball ride. Something to note, I'm not really happy with high ball ride on the underhook side. I think it's inherently not that good, so I switch strangle side on the way just so I can do a better job following him. And from here, I'm honestly just thinking of staying on top and cooking him. I can tell he's tired, so I'm just thinking about staying on top and making him exhausted. Something I've been playing around with is kind of using a Dagestani handcuff or cross wrist position from when they turn out of the high ball ride, and just keeping them stuck in that position. So from here, they kind of have like two options: go belly down, in which case I get the second hook in and I flatten them out, or stay here. If they stay here, I just focus on going underneath the neck. He does manage to just free the wrist though. I don't have a quite secure grip, and he does manage to turn back inside eventually, but this is still very exhausting. You can see how I end up in just a very good passing position. And now I just get straight into my passing sequences from here. You can see me leaning, keeping my knees in, keeping his legs kilt. He tries to hip escape. I use that chance to I use him hip escaping to lock my hands. So you can see as he hip escapes, his hips come off the mat, and I just circle towards the other side. I'm just focused on keeping constant pressure the whole time and staying relaxed. I do this nice leg pummel and pummel towards the outside. He opts to invert again to regard. So I take a scoop, but this time I pass towards the Achilles grip. I kind of attack this inside ashi, which you can tell I favor a lot. So let's look at that thing. I have him thinking about the pass because I've passed him before, so he's not really thinking about the leg lock. And I make a pass off towards the overwrap, and I throw my leg in, and now I attack from there, and I get the quick sub. Cool. So this next guy's probably, I think he did the best overall of the team in other matches. He had like quick subs. He's known for like blast doubling me off the start and trying to like rip submissions. So I am a little bit tired at this point, because I had 4 matches, but not too tired, and I feel pretty confident in my ability to submit this guy and get the team wipe. So you can, from here, I'm pretty hyped up and I'm pretty happy. I'm in the zone, you could say. We shake hands, and I know he's gonna try to blast double me, so I just think about posting on the shoulders, and there it is. He just straight into the throat. Something to note, my throat's actually like sore now, so I thought that was quite funny. But anyway, I digress. So we hand fight. He tries to do a little Uruchi snap, hand fight some more. My whole thing with him, I know, is trying to get connection. I feel like he's going to be a nightmare to try to like hold on to. So jumping close guard is really good against people like this. So I jump close guard, beautiful connection, and I go to work from here. He actually has a pretty good straight ankle lock, especially when he sits back from top position. So I'm kind of expecting him to sit back on my legs, and you can see as soon as he does, I'm already inverting and thinking about coming up. Now from here, he tries to attack my ankle, but something I don't like doing is leg lock shootouts where we have like mutual ability to submit each other. I always want to have the advantage in when I'm leg locking, so I always want to make sure I have a better grip than he does. So you can see I get put towards the hip and knee post here, and he knows I'm going for the heel lock, right? But he kind of has 2 options: either let him get past or bring the knee in. Especially once I shut down the high leg, it's pretty difficult, and you can see I can sit back for that. From here, his other leg's towards the inside because his knees were so close together. So I attack the cross ankle lock first. I pop him a couple times, but I don't quite get enough to catastrophically break him, I guess. So you can see me just pummel my feet out, and I just go belly down and I attack this inside heel hook. So I'm pretty happy here. I go to celebrate. My friend James lifts me off the mat, and we're chilling. So definitely a very fun moment. Like, it's pretty, I guess, pretty cool. Like, just wipe out a whole team in the finals. Like, and that's for like $3,000. So I was very happy about this, and it's definitely one of the highlights of my jiu-jitsu journey so far.